Yo, what is up everybody? Jumpin here, and today I'm going to be talking about another really awesome glitch in The Witcher 3. I recently made a video where I talked about how you can double one ability in this game, and if you choose to double the ability called Acquired Tolerance, you can make your build like insanely overpowered. I do highly recommend that video, so I will put a link in the description and in the annotation if you guys want to go and check that out and you haven't seen it yet. Because in this video, it's going to be a little bit of an update to that video because I've learned some things and I really want to like pretty much focus on that. But the primary reason why I'm making this video is because I want to talk about the permanent oil glitch. I brought this up in the other video, but I didn't really understand it that well because I kind of found it on my own when I was just playing through the game. But basically, what you can do is you can actually make your oil effects permanent, where they will last forever, they will never go away, and you can actually do a lot of really cool stuff with this. Now, I thought that maybe this was a visual glitch, and that the oil effects were not actually working. Well, I was able to find out that they do work, and yeah, it's super duper awesome. Now, the first thing you might notice is that I actually have 85% attack power versus every monster type in the game. And I think everybody should know that if you use the superior oil, you only get 50%. But with this glitch, you can actually do so many cool things. And I will be talking about how to actually get the 85% attack power bonus versus every monster type in the game. And you can do this with steel swords as well to get 85% attack power versus beast and humans. Now, I will say that the steel sword can be a little bit more annoying because you're going to want to swap this out as you're playing through the game. Like if you do choose to go to NG+, you're probably going to get some steel swords that are going to have higher damage, and eventually they're going to have like so much more damage that you're going to want to swap them out, meaning that you're going to have to redo the glitch, and that can be annoying. Now, for the silver sword, that's totally not a problem because this is the best silver sword in the game, like hands down, and on top of that, it will level up with you, so you never need to swap this out. So yeah, that is awesome. Once you do the glitch for the silver sword, which is actually like the more annoying of the two swords because you have so many more oils to work with, you're done. Like, you don't have to worry about it ever again. Alrighty, let me go ahead and start talking about how to do this glitch. And one thing that I would recommend before you actually decide to do the glitch, it's totally up to you. You don't have to do this, but it will make this like a lot faster and better. I recommend making the Grandmaster Wolfen set. Well, at least I would recommend making 3 pieces of it. So right now I am using the gloves, the boots, and the trousers, okay? And what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to put 3 oils on at one time. So that means that I can get done with this glitch a lot faster if I do that. Now, let me go ahead and start by just putting like some oils on. I'm going to put Superior Elemental, Superior Hybrid, and Superior Insect Oil, okay? Then all you got to do once you have those on, you're going to drop your weapon while equipped. Then you need to pick that weapon up, and then you're just going to re-equip the weapon. So let's do that right now. And you will actually notice, if I look, you can see the 3 effects are there. 50% more damage, okay? Now, I'm not going to do this for every oil because that's just going to take way too long if I choose to do that. But if you want to get the 85% bonus, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to destroy your oils, okay? So I'm going to destroy these 3 oils. Then I'm going to go to alchemy, and I am going to go and find those oils basically and make the normal version of that oil, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to make the hybrid oil, and this takes so long with alchemy. It really gets on my nerves, but whatever. I'm going to make the insect oil and then the elemental oil. Alright, so let's do that. And now we're pretty much done. So what we're going to do now is actually quite simple. We're just going to go ahead and put on those 3 oils, okay? So we're going to put on a hybrid, elemental, and also the insect. Now we're just going to drop the sword again, and then we're going to pick it up, and this is going to up our damage to 60% and not 50%. I will show that real quick. So now you can see that it will have 60% versus those 3 types. Now, of course, you want to do this for every single oil type in the game. And if you do start with superior, I think that might be kind of a good idea. Like, if you already have all the superiors, definitely start with superior, and then you can just pretty much be done with this quick. Alright, so now I'm going to make the enhanced versions now. So I'm going to go with the insect oil and then the hybrid oil. Like I said, this shit takes so long. I really hate like combining mutagens and getting greater mutagens. Oh god, it drives me crazy like doing that. Okay, now I'm missing one. Here it is, I got it. Okay, so pretty much this is going to be it. And what we're going to do, once again, I mean, I think you guys can kind of predict the future here. We're simply just going to go ahead and throw on these 3 oils, and this is going to add 25% more attack power. Then we're going to drop the sword, and then we're going to pick it up, and basically we are now done. Now we're going to have 85% versus those 3 enemy types. And like I said, of course, you will go ahead and do this with every single oil in the game until you have 85%. Well, alrighty, let me go ahead and get into the build now, and I will show you guys how you can benefit from the permanent oil glitch. And I'm also going to give a little bit of an update to my own personal build that I talked about in my last video, because some things have changed since I've learned some stuff. Now, the first ability that you're going to benefit from, like dramatically, is going to be protective coating. What this will do is that this will add 25% protection against monsters of the type of oil that you are using. Okay, so it's supposed to be only one type of monster, right? But because of the permanent oil glitch, now we will have 25% protection against all monster attacks in the game. Too bad this does not work with humans as well, because the humans are like super overpowered. When you're higher level on NG+, they can like practically one-shot you, and this would help a lot. But it's still really good because there are a lot of powerful monsters out there, and this is going to dramatically reduce the damage that they're going to do to you. Now, the next ability that's going to greatly benefit is going to be Hunter Instinct. When your adrenaline points are at their maximum, your critical hit damage will be increased by 100%, and this is only supposed to work against the targeted type of enemy, whatever oil you're using. But because of the permanent oil glitch, this is going to work against every enemy in the game, and that is freaking awesome. As long as you have the 3 adrenaline points built up, you will have 100% critical hit damage. And something else that really does work well with that is Resolve. In my last video, I said that this is really good, but I wasn't using it. I'm using it now because it really does help with your adrenaline points so that you don't lose them as fast, and then that's going to play in with Hunter Instinct and just a whole bunch of stuff. So I do recommend Resolve, and that's going to be one of the things I've changed about my build. Now, one thing I do want to bring up about my last video that I talked about was fast metabolism. I do not recommend this anymore because I did not understand it all that well. Really, I didn't understand Killing Spree. This is an amazing ability, one of the best in the game, probably the best, I don't know, it's definitely up there, but it's super good. But what it says is a little confusing because it tells you that if your toxicity is above 0, then you're going to get this bonus. But that's actually not totally true because you have to be using potions and have your toxicity based around those potions and not the mutagen potions. So you might think, well, if I use one mutagen potion, then I'll always have my toxicity above 0. Actually, it doesn't work with that. So basically, if you're using fast metabolism, you will never get this bonus. Killing Spree is just too awesome and you don't want to mess that up. Alrighty, well, let me talk about what abilities I'm using right now. I'm using Resolve, I'm using Muscle Memory. Now, I would say that you could probably take this off and use something else if you want, maybe Undying. I don't know, it's totally up to you. When I'm higher level, I might go ahead and take this off, but right now, I just kind of need it because I have to fill that spot. I'm using Crushing Blows, which I highly recommend. I'm using Razor Focus. I also highly recommend that. Whirlwind, I love Whirlwind. Ren is also really good. You could probably go ahead and use Ren and Whirlwind if you want to. It's just totally up to you. And I'm using Precise Blows. That's going to be all my combat abilities. Now, of course, I'm using Acquired Tolerance, and I'm using Acquired Tolerance for the glitch, because I went ahead and did the glitch on this file as well so that I get this massive bonus to damage and sign intensity. I'm using Synergy. This is like one of the best abilities in the game. You totally want to get that. Protective Coating, heightened tolerance, that really plays with my build. I have to always have my health either at maximum, or I don't want it draining ever, because I use the Water Hag Mutagen Potion, and I use like other abilities that's going to really benefit me as long as I have maximum health and that kind of stuff. So I personally really like heightened tolerance. You don't have to use this, but I do recommend it. I'm using Tissue Transmutation. This is a really awesome ability. For every mutagen potion that you use, you get 1000 health, and with the acquired tolerance glitch, you can put on so many mutagen potions and get so much health off of that. It's absolutely insane. I'm using the cat school technique. Now this is one thing I did not mention in my last video. I didn't mention like my enchantments I was using. And what I do is I always make sure that my armor is enchanted so that all my armor is light. When you use light armor, your stamina actually will recharge faster if it's light armor, but also the cat school technique is just too good, man. 100% critical hit damage and 20% fast attack damage. That's just too freaking awesome. I'm using metabolic control to increase my maximum toxicity by 30 points. You guys know why I use that. It's all because of this build, and of course Killing Spree, and that is awesome. Now for this extra slot that I have locked right now, I plan on putting Hunter Instinct in that slot, and that's going to pretty much be my build. I still really like Shutter Armor, and I also really like Undying, so I don't know, maybe I will replace Muscle Memory with one of those two. But that's pretty much it. Now, let me go ahead and just talk about my equipment just real quick. Because I am doing something different with my armor, okay? And I need to take off this wolf and stuff, because I only put that on for, you know, showing the permanent oil glitch. Now, for my armor, I like the Manticore chest piece. It adds critical hit damage, maximum toxicity. It's really awesome. One thing I've switched to is the Nilfgaardian Guardsman Gauntlets. Now, the thing about this is that I hate the way these look. I cannot stand it, but it is really nice because of the critical hit damage bonus, 50%. That's a lot. And with Killing Spree and stuff, it's just too good to pass up that critical hit damage. Same with the Manticore boots. I use it for the critical hit damage and the maximum toxicity. And I really like the way that the New Moon trousers look. But this is a really awesome pair of pants because you get critical hit damage bonus and critical hit chance. I still also like the Manticore trousers a lot too because of the maximum toxicity that you will get off of those. Now, if you don't know how to get the New Moon trousers, the way that you get these is from a treasure hunt quest called like the Royal Air Force. You can look that up and find out where it is. It comes from the Heart of Stone DLC. So I would recommend getting these trousers and potentially using them if you want to do like maximum damage. But if you don't want to use these, I still recommend the Manticore pants as well. They're really good. And if you want to know how to get these gauntlets, you just buy them from any armor blacksmith. At least a lot of them will sell these gauntlets and you can buy them. Well, that's pretty much it. That's really all I wanted to talk about. Give a quick update to my build, and of course talk about the permanent oil glitch and how you can benefit from it. Protective coating is awesome. Hunter Instinct is awesome. So I definitely recommend playing around with that glitch. It's not that hard to do. You know, you might need to get some ingredients if you have to break down your oils and then go ahead and remake those oils. But it is worth it, at least for the silver sword, because you never need to swap that out. The steel sword, you might just want to put the superior oils on the steel sword and just say fuck it at that point. But definitely for the silver sword, it's totally worth like going out of your way to get that 85% attack bonus, because you never need to swap that out and you will always have that bonus and you will always benefit from protective coating and Hunter Instinct. Alrighty, well, that's going to pretty much do it for me, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, will you please like it for me? Be sure to subscribe for future videos, and I really do hope that everyone has a very nice day, and peace out.